Hello and welcome to Southside Miniatures. I'm just going to show you today the Victorian Street Scene box that I've been working on. I'm sorry I haven't filmed it before, but I did start it quite a while ago before we started filming. So today I'm going to show you some of the bits that I've made and what I made them from, and I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I'll take you in to have a closer look at some of the things in the room box. First of all, I started off by painting a silhouette of a skyline in the background. I put a little chimney sweep brush coming out of the chimney up here. Then after that I put the buildings in. I made them out of cardboard, cut up all little bits of cardboard and then painted them to make them look old. And in the house, so obviously someone's in because I've got smoke coming out the chimney, which I made out of pillow filling. Then the door I made out of coffee stirrers, little coffee stirrers, stuck them all together and then put a frame round. And I just found I don't know where I found that from, but it looks good. The door sign, open and closed, I made from a bit of string and a bit of wood there. And then up on the roof here, I made the roof out of coffee stirrers as well, stuck them together. I made the pigeon out of polymer clay, and I added a few bits of old food and a bit of bird poo there and some greenery just to make it look a bit older and authentic. The posters on the wall I managed to get off the internet. I just typed in Victorian street posters for free, and I managed to get quite a few posters up, and I selected a few and printed them off and just stuck them to the walls. The figurines here, the policeman and the man and the lady, I managed to print off on the 3D printer and then painted them in the colours that I researched it on the internet of the colours of their clothing in the day, and hopefully I've copied that to make it look quite authentic. The little cat that's sitting on the doorstep I made out of polymer clay and then painted him, so he's just sitting there waiting to go in. Nobody seems to want to let him in. I put a bit of moss round the edge just to make it look a bit more colourful, and a little grass hedge there. The boxes here are made out of coffee stirrers as well. I just glued them together and then put a frame around, and inside here houses the battery pack for the lighting, which I'll show you in a minute. The fruit and veg stall I made out of coffee stirrers, and all the fruit and vegetables I made out of polymer clay. Baked them in the oven for 15 minutes so they go hard. And the little trays, I'll just show you the little trays in the market stall. They do come out. So. And I put on the side there some wrapping paper. I just hang it there so you can wrap the vegetables in the paper. And the little sack of potatoes there I made out of a bit of linen that I found and just glued it together. The doll's pram I printed off the 3D printer, and the little baby inside I just managed to get a bead, and I painted some hair and eyes on the bead and wrapped him up so it looks like he's a baby in a pram. The little cart I printed on the 3D printer as well. So then with the garden in the front here, I got some moss from Hobbycraft. I saw it in Hobbycraft and I thought it was quite nice, so makes it look like a nice vegetation there. And all the little flowers I made out of polymer clay. It took quite a bit of time, but they've turned out quite well, I think. It looks quite effective. And here running across, I've got a little rat also that I made out of polymer clay. There's another rat in the scene. I'll show you that as we come round. And the lights here, the street lights, I printed off on a 3D printer, but I've fed the battery lights up through them, so I'll turn them all on in a little while and just show you. Then we'll move on to the graveyard. Okay, in the graveyard, on the actual floor, I made the hills out of paper mache. Once I'd paper mache'd it and it dried, then I painted it green, and then I added some dried tea leaves mixed with some paint to make it look like the dirt around there. The gravestones I printed on the 3D printer and painted them grey to look like stone, and added a bit of moss around the gravestones here. I made a little shovel there that's out of a cocktail stick and some cardboard, and then painted it. And the little fire was just with twigs, bits of twig and stuff from the garden. The trees themselves, I managed to get some clippings from a hedge, a box hedge out in the garden, and used the sticks from there. Added some moss, and I stuck the moss onto the twigs with a hot glue gun, so that they've come out quite well. I quite like those. Also in the graveyard, I've got obviously a street lamp. I've got one there, and I've got one here behind the tree. I'll turn the lights on shortly and show you with it all lit up. I just want to take you outside now onto the cobblestone floor and just explain to you how I made the cobblestone floor. The cobblestone floor I made out of air dry clay. I rolled it out, and then what I done was I got the inside of a biro. I took the ink out and just used a plastic tube on the outside to push in to the clay when it was wet, and it made this design of all the little cobbles. And then once it was dry, I painted over it in a dirty grey and brown, just to make it look like an old cobblestone street, and I think it's come out quite well. Hopefully you've enjoyed having a look around this Victorian street scene that I've made. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the lights on so you can see the effect it has with the lights on. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like our videos. I'm going to be starting a new project soon, so hopefully you'll follow me on that new project from start to finish. And thank you very much for watching. I'll just put the lights on so you can see now just a photo of the whole scene. Thank you very much. Hello there. Yeah, I did promise you that I'd put the lights on, so I've put the lights on now and darkened it down so you can see the street scene in the evening. So it is, you know, all the lights are on now, and I think it looks quite effective. Thank you very much for watching once again.